Testing, testing. Sound pretty clear? I think so. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome back to another stream of Faith Grand Order. Today, we're going to be continuing the very beginning of Lost Belt 1, Anastasia. AKA, we're in Russia now, and it's cold as fuck. Also, there's dog people. Fuck, my big rate there just fucking plummeted for a moment. Anyways, while we were away, some hunting quests happened. They are a thing. I did do them a bit. Not extremely much, but I did a bit. And, I couldn't wait till today and ended up rolling on the, on that, GSSR for hit. The guaranteed 5-star I got was the fucking Mysterious Heroine X, aka Space Artoria. So yeah, we have that now. That should really up our assassin power. Cause God, were we in need of it. Fucking Assassin of Shinjuku makes some great stars, but he hits like a wet noodle. We really needed something more. And really feeling the lack of Jack. Sure, I can always borrow my Jack, but you know, that's one assassin, and Jack's a great sergeant as well. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Let's hop into it. There are a lot more people, Yaki here than I thought there'd be. Huh? What was that sound? Maybe we should just stay put. True, we probably should, but what if we got close enough to see what's going on while making sure to stay out of sight? Great, then let's keep our heads low and sneak over. Looks like someone's handing out food. They're certainly all lining up for something. Hello again, my little Yaya. Congratulations making it through another day in your miserable lives. It's so sad, isn't it? No matter how hard you work, you can never save enough to live on or hope to move up in the world. But don't worry, your cute little guardian angel is here to help you all survive this horribly dark, dreadful blizzard. Don't be shy. Come on, take a gander at my goods. There's nothing NFS services can't provide, whether it's food, medical equipment, or prohibited goods like alcohol. That's... The voice. The warm positively drippy with honey atop ice cream. Atop even more honey. Both of you, hide. Watch me from afar as possible. Do not approach under any circumstances, not unless you want to be ensnared in a honey trap like I was. That's the most convincing thing he's ever said. Welcome to TV Koinskaya's Honey Kitchen, now open for business. Hello and good day, all you lovely customers. I do appreciate your knowingly patronizing my cruel little establishment. Oh yes, I know all about how hard it is being a Yaga. You have very hardy bodies. So hardy, in fact, that you're practically immortal. But the trade-off is that you burn through calories at a tremendous rate. Really, you'll all die so comically quickly if you aren't eating about 10 times the food a good old-fashioned human would. You might say the Yaga training is the ability to survive extreme cold for truly shoddy energy efficiency. At any rate, if you don't get enough calories here in Russia, you'll end up a Yaga sickle. But fortunately, I've come all the way from Yaga Moscow to help you survive. Now come on, don't be shy, empty your wallets and prostrate yourselves before your savior goddess. So the humans balk at it, huh? Damn it. Oh, gee. How dare she mock us like that? Hey, shut your mouth. Do you want her to start making us jump through impossible hoops again? Please pretend like you're grateful to her. Yeah, her methods aside, I think she's helping us. Hi, Miss Koizga. I'd like to buy some food, please. Is everything okay, Miss Koizga? How sad. How truly sad. You, Yaga, must have Prisky for brains. How could you possibly forget the proper way to address your owner? It's Mistress Koinskaya, peons. I swear your minds are as frail as your bodies are ugly, and completely lacking in tact, and have not a shred of decorum. What an aching, dull world you've ended up with. I don't know what your leader was thinking, combining humans with animals. Now you've lost the inner sense of the latter and the brains of the former. All you managed to do is cancel out the good bits of either half of you. You had to call yourselves a new species just because you can barely eke out an existence here. What a joke. Oh, what's that? Hey, you, I don't care. If you're one of the Tsar's personal guards, no one talks to us like that and gets away with it. The Tsar himself came up with our demonic beast transformation policy. The only one who criticized are the traitorous rebels. No way. What? See what happens when you oppose me, Tee? So sorry about that, my little Yaga. My Opacrani are special, you see. They're a type that reacts instantly if I get just the teensiest bit upset, so be sure to watch your language. But, Miss Koinska, just now you're the one who was... Oh, do my ears deceive me? Are you the second great moron with the death wish of the day? No, I'm not. Forgive me, Mistress Koinskaya. There we go. I knew you could do it. Now let's get down to business. Since your food shortage problem keeps getting worse, I made sure to bring twice as much as last time. Go ahead, load up on anything you like. There's plenty to go around. Alright, as long as we get more food. What are these prices? Oh yes, one cut of chick-foot shoulder meat. That'll be about 500,000 rubles, please. That's 3 times more expensive than last time. We can't even afford the prices back then. This isn't helping us at all. It used to be as long as we could obey the Tsar's laws, you provided with the minimum amount of food we need to get by. Now we have to trade everything we've got, down to our furniture. That wasn't bad enough, the prices keep going up every damn time. You're bleeding us dry for everything we got. Why are you torturing us like this? My, I don't like the sound of that. Is that an incipient riot I smell? Well, as the Tsar's personal guard, I guess I'd better do something about that, hadn't I? Perhaps we can try another way of resolving the food shortage then. Wait, we're not looking for trouble. It's just with prices like these, might as well be telling us to die. To at least put them back to what they were last time. We should just be able to pay, please. Mrs. Koinskaya, I'm begging you. I wish I could help you, now you're finally wising up a bit. But I can't, sorry. What you see is what you get. Prices may go up, but they never go down. That's NFF Service's most sacred rule. Besides, you aren't really incapable of paying, right? I know you still got room to fall back on.
Room to... I promise you we don't. This is all we...
Don't be silly. You still got plenty to work with. Your stamina. And to waste arguing with me, you got plenty of nerve like the rebels are being at large. You've got a friend right there next to you, one with just as much money to spare. Isn't the Yaga's way to take from the weak? I said it myself earlier. There's more than one way to resolve a food shortage.
Huh? So that's the way it is, huh? And you're telling us this, you're one of the God's personal God. I go with this, I won't get in trouble.
No, I couldn't care less about silly ethical concerns you pathetic little things might have.
Hey, don't tell me you're just giving up. Come on, give her a piece of your...
Don't worry, I'm not. Let's go get us some food together, you and me and your money. I don't... Why would they do something like that? At least we avoided being spotted. Quinn's guy just left with the wagon. Along with the Yagas who collapsed when their friend struck them in the head.
Mosh, Missy. Neither of you looks or sounds particularly happy about that. Tell me, what happened? Briefly as possible, broad strokes will suffice.
Quinn's guy, the woman who attacked Chaldea, was distributing food to the townsfolk people. But it looked like she was charging them prices high enough that she was really just extorting them. Eventually the Yaga started arguing with her about the prices, and then a fight broke out among them. Only half the Yaga there ended up receiving food. I think the other half were promptly
killed by their friends. Do you mean the ones who acquired food did so by stealing their friends' money?
Even if she was attempting to reduce her numbers, that was a needlessly cruel way to do so. I suppose calling out the population would help the remaining Yaga, as there are fewer mouths to feed, but...
Oh, spare me your cold-blooded analysis. The point is that Quinn's guy is a demon dressed as a woman. Tamasu, as of right now, you have no means of fighting back. As Quinn's guy has seen you just now, you would have been dead, just like I would be. Of course, in my case, I'll turn a few of the upper corner into gear with my golf pot makecraft. But a third-rate no, pale imitation of a mage like yourself would have no chance. Lucky for you, there's some shadows to carry in that suit you far better than a mage's outfit. In that sense you did well. I understand how you must feel, so you did well to stay out of sight regardless.
Director Kordov.
Still, what a wretched stroke of luck to land that quite skies here in Russia as well.
I'll say, on top of that, she's a servant. And these magical energy reads don't lie. She must have been concealing that in Chaldea, but she obviously isn't bothering to here. She must be working for Kristeria for the cryptors. Why is my thing red? How bad am I? Oh goodness. So junky. Alright.
So that priest is most likely a servant as well, since he was clearly there as Quinn's guy's equal. Nonetheless.
Hi Doppel, my internet is apparently dog-ass today. I'm here though. Hi Shiva, welcome to the stream. Don't worry, mine's being a bit wonky at times.
Nonetheless.
What is it, Mr. Holmes? Are you concerned about the astounding lack of judgment that Mr. Golems showed by unwillingly bringing both Quinn's guy and Father Kotamita into Chaldea? Wow, just back the entire shadow border over him, Ash.
Well, have you known the greatest victor in this? Have you not shed of consideration? Tamasu, what have you been tighting your jaws and makes her think it's okay to back talk to her superiors? But she said it with such a straight face, only makes it all the more painful.
Quite Sky's case. You're quite right, Miss Kirlight. Godolph was undoubtedly lax in his vetting, but so too was Kin. Queen Sky's this guy is immaculate. But the same cannot be said for Father Kotomide. He was a genuine clergyman, sent in official capacity by the Holy Church. As such, Godolph had no advance contact with him, and thus cannot be held liable. I believe Father Kotomide and Quizkaya must have first met in person on the boat Caldea in the Antarctic. Isn't that right, Director?
Well, yes, that's right. All quite concerning was absent from most of our meetings.
In which case, they must have excluded their plan via a network, or executed their plan via a network we had no means of learning about. We shall need to investigate that soon. Now then. Da Vinci, Mr. Tiramisu. Although untimely, there is something else I must tell you. There is no man by the name of Kotomine Kirei employed by the church. Or at least, there was no one by that name on the 2019 list of church clergy.
Really? Does that mean the name Kotomine Kirei is made up?
No, someone by that name did in fact exist at one time. However, according to Caldea records, Kotomine Kirei died in Japan in 2004. Quite a peculiar thing. Heart ripped right out of his chest. In the basement. Quite peculiar. Almost as if a staff for the gay bulk.
So basically, he's a zombie. That sucker punchy backstabber. Actually, they've been a pseudo-servant all this time. Or maybe he's a servant that basically a heroic spirit possessing a dead body. Would that still be a pseudo-servant of sorts? Well, that sort of thing even possible?
I wish I could say for certain that there was no heroic spirit who can be summoned using a dead body as its host. But it is possible that there are certain heroic spirits who can only be summoned as pseudo-servants using a dead body for a host. However, this information can at least lay that theory to rest. The Holy Church's report says the following. Kotomine Kirei's body was completely incinerated at the time of his death, making recovery impossible. In other words, Father Kotomine's body no longer exists, at least not in our world.
What does that mean?
That it is a possibility. But at this point, that is all it is. We shall have far too little information to theorize any further.
Well, I thought I smelled something delicious. Do I detect some adorable little rats hiding out in this back alley? I do wish I could let you get away, but now that I've found you, I certainly can't do that now, can I? Especially not after Kotomine just told me to squash any repulsive insects I happen to find. Hello, my little Chaldeans. Congratulations on making it back alive. I must applaud your luck and sheer tenacity.
Quite Skya!
Master, get back. Oh, look at you, bravely trying to keep your masters safe. But you really should know better, Match. You're really gonna act like you can fight. You better be ready for your enemy to call your bluff. Consider your current situation, your abilities, your position. You may be okay with dying yourself, but what about the girl behind you? At times like this, the best thing you do, throw away your pride, roll over like the dog you are.
Never roll over for you.
Just kidding. It's hilarious seeing you flail around about so desperately, Tiramisu. Luckily for you, I'm still not done with my work for today, and I like to do one job at a time. So I won't come looking for you until tomorrow. Killing you now, go against my principles. So for today, I'll be generous and let you go off on your merry way. Besides, I expect that will make things more interesting down the road. After all, it's not fair for Kodak to have all the advantage We should give you at least something of a fighting chance.
First destroy Chaldea, now you want to pit Senpai against Kodak and the others?
Calm down, Mesh.
But...
That's right, I'm gonna have you and the cryptors kill each other, Tamasu. And that's what we've been working towards all this time. Be a huge disappointment for all the build-up when it fizzle out at the very first cryptor. Good grief. I trust you're listening in, Sherlock Holmes. How could you let them go out without any protection whatsoever? Shouldn't you be way more cautious? If any other servant had been assigned to Russia instead of me, your little journey would be over now.
I never thought I'd see an enemy servant concerned with your position, although the other servants, you say. Would you mind giving us any more hints while you're at it? What is your true name? Who's your master? I'm naming them, you are, and furthermore. What is the singularity really called?
That's more like it. It's not worth questioning unless you put up a decent fight. You did put one over on me back at Chaldea after all. Next time I see you, I'll have to pay you back double. Oh, and unfortunately for you, I won't be offering up any more hints. I've been working my fingers to the bone over the past year to get everything ready. You'll just have to figure out whatever you don't yet know for yourselves. Our leader has come from far, far away and is intentionally staying out of the spotlight right now.
Why did you torment the Yaga?
Oh, that? You mean you can't tell? Just because I'm your enemy doesn't mean I'm allied to Russia. The Kodak Zimbalos. In the end, the Yaga are another branch of human evolution. That makes them very much an object of hatred for me. So I exploited them as brutally and thoroughly as I could. My life's work. Or, it's my life's work, and I enjoy it. And take it seriously. Besides, the whole notion of societal structure that exploits the poor was something you humans came up with, wasn't it? Oh, but violence is bad. We don't want that now, do we? I may have made use of military force back at Chaldea, only because I had no other choice. Normally, I would resort to such barbarism. Yeah, it had a year or so to carry all this out. I made sure you all end up killing each other much more peacefully. Resorting to something as brutish as violence sure you to test the height of human folly. Your kind brought destruction down upon your own heads. I have no plans to stoop to your level. So, there you have it. I won't lay a finger on you. I've already fulfilled His Imperial Majesty Ivan the Terrible's request to eliminate the biggest threat, Chaldeas. Controlling the Obakani now is just a bit of after-sales service. If you're going to fight this cryptor, I'll let him command the Obakani instead. So you're saying you have no intention of fighting us here, because we're completely powerless? You're going to let us go because we're not worth your time. That's right, Titan. Nice to see you finally understand, Nash. I'm impressed you're able to face the facts you really didn't want to. I'll tell you what, in honor of the show of earnestness and loyalty, I really will let you off the hook this time. Truth be told, I was planning to gobble you both up right after you'd let your guard down. Wait, that's it. That's the way, Mash. Tiramisu. Don't fight an opponent you can't beat. That's the first law of the jungle. Since you're such smart girls, I'll go ahead and make you a promise. When you manage to survive Russia, I'll be sure to come see you again. When I do, we can hash things out mano a mano. Keep on scurrying around like the little rats you are until then, okay? I'm an advisor to the cryptors, you see. As long as you keep on your little journey, we will meet again. Enemy servant. Is this really the energy signature of a servant? Regardless, I've lost that wicked magical energy signature. Sorry, Master. I wanted to do something about her, but I couldn't. It's okay, Mash. I couldn't do anything either. No, but well. Now that I've calmed down, so many questions. Why'd she reveal herself to us? Probably how she gets her kicks. What was that scream?
This is very bad. I understand how angry you must be on seeing Caldea's destructor, but I need you to both calm down. Seems that things have turned for the worse in town. Make your way back to Pack Street, Nick's house, and me, and mind your surroundings.
Understood. Okay, Master. Keep out of sight.
Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Who alive the Tsar? Everyone in town's good upstanding Yaga who loves and worships the Tsar. Nobody here would ever think of defying him. I admit my brother tried to join the rebel army and you Opachai executed him for that. That's nothing to do with me. I don't know anything about any mage.
Glory to the Tsar. Glory to the Tsar. As his servants, it is our job to crush the seeds of rebellion quickly, before they can take root. Therefore, we have confiscated your belongings, burned your house. This is the fate for all who oppose the emergency prerogative. You can't be serious. We'll ask the questions. Where's the mage?
I told you, I don't know any mage.
And that is proof you do not fully understand the glory of the Tsar. Work him. Kill him. No, please, I'm begging you.
Master.
Wait, I know someone who defies the Tsar. His name is Paxi.
Paxi?
Come to think of it, they do not seem to be treating him. They did seem to be treating him a bit strangely.
There's someone shouting about him. His father was killed for defying you guys. He's been real flushed lately too. Must be selling information to the rebel army. He's the one with the traitorous rebel army. Hey, you kidding me with this shit?
Paxi. Why do you have to show up now?
Who you calling a traitor? You! Everyone knows you're with the rebel army, right guys? You bastard. Now to explain that whore! All the town's hunting grounds are sealed off, but you managed to pay your taxes, still had food to spare. That's all the proof we need. Aye. Alright, I did my part, so long, Paxi!
You are a member of the rebel army. You stand in defiance of the Tsar. You lack respect for the Tsar. Those who turn their backs on the Tsar's glory be tortured till they confess their sins, then executed. Do not resist.
Oh yeah? Watch me.
You shot him. Paxi just openly defied the Tsar.
Ah, shit.
Treasonous acts confirmed. Normally you will be eliminated.
See that? That's what happens when you go flying off the head without thinking ahead. Still, I must commend him for his timing. This will be next to the distraction. Now then, Tamasu, of course you know what to do next. Head to the low law where the Apakani are preoccupied with that beast.
I'm ready, Master.
Let's go see Paxi! Fuck you, Gordoff!
Right.
Oi, what would you do then?
I understand your confusion, Golems, but this is simply how Caldea rolls, as they say. I do hope you will learn to accept it. Rest assured that endeavors like this so far from fruitless, they may be fraught with risk, the returns more than make up for it.
That's right. This is the ship we're all on. Besides, this will also help save his life. Alright, Tiramisu, grab Paxi and get out of there. If you don't do something, he's gonna keep fighting the Overcry until they kill him. I think so too. Comes down to it, then all. Not gonna come to that, Mash. What are we gonna do?
Leroy Jenkins! Prisoners act confirmed. Normally you will be eliminated. At the moment, Captain Coinsky is handling our actions, our protocol, and our pay. We cannot carry out any execution without her approval, so instead we'll crush her limbs to neutralize you.
Taxi!
Oh, what are you guys doing here?
We'll explain later. Please follow us. No surefire escape route.
What? With her? She doesn't have any foot, just like Mrs. Koinskoya.
Is that the Goldom everyone's been talking about?
What are you? Rebels have no right to speak. Hold your tongue. Damn it all!
Let's go, there's too many of them. Think I don't know? Wait, you guys fought the Abakani before, haven't you? Yes, we have. So we know full well how quickly they move. Don't worry, and we can get away.
Indeed, I would know that if you follow those suggestions, you'll no longer be able to return to this tower.
Don't worry, Holmes. That was literally never an option for him anyways.
If that's acceptable to you, you'll have our full support in making no escape. How about it?
What would that matter today? You saw all those other creatures ratting them out. You there, you've been on all outs with this town for some time now, haven't you? Certainly you can't possibly have any lingering attachments. Even I still. Clue to smart. Captain must hear this at once. What's the authorization for execution? Damn it! Alright, I'll come with you. Now hurry up and lead the way, Tiramisu. Don't want to get shot in the back, do you?
Good. You managed to escape the tower. Glad to see no one was hurt.
We made it. Yes, Senpai's plan to knock things over in the alley to slow their pursuit worked wonders. Yeah, there's something out of an old Japanese samurai movie. Kind where the hero escapes by periodically stopping to cut down one of the bad guys, though of course you see that kind of thing in London slums all the time too. Good thing the Abakani never tried to shoot you. You probably wouldn't have made it out otherwise. I don't know what happened, but I guess there must have been some sort of mistake in the chains of command.
Indeed. We should all be grateful for this stroke of luck. Good luck now. For now, I'm afraid you must keep moving. I put up a beacon at your destination. Miss Caroline, do you mind showing Paxi?
Of course. Here, Paxi.
I see. So it's a top-knot map of a mountain. It's tough to tell what's with all these bumps. Oh, I get it, showing the mountain's elevation changes. That's pretty nice.
The red light is your destination. To arrive at this mountain pass, I'd like you to lead the way. A map can only tell you so much after all. As you are a local, you will have to place all trust in your knowledge of the region. Naturally, I would like to avoid any areas with demonic beasts unknown to appear. Do remember that we are under pursuit.
Yeah, I get it. Come on, Tiramisu, Matt. Get going. Although, now that I think about it, I get the feeling you guys have been pulling my strings this whole time. A lot of people really hate your guts, don't they?
That they do. Especially good, honest people like yourself.
暑い盛りですけど、もう少ししたら慣れた頃ほど油断。
I don't feel anyone staring daggers at my back anymore. Looks like we finally lost the upper cranny. Damn it, why'd this have to happen to me?
I'm so sorry. Hi, welcome to the stream. This is all our fault. We didn't know anything about this place. We still had you take us to your house.
Knock it off. Just forget about that. I wasn't thinking straight either. This is what I get for jumping at a chance to strike it rich without thinking it through. My fault as much as yours. That makes us even. There's one thing I still don't get. Why didn't you use me as a decoy to run off when you had the chance?
We couldn't just abandon you. No, we couldn't. Both Master and I wanted to help you.
Times like that, you're supposed to let the other guy take the fall. You guys just couldn't keep your noses out of it, huh? I mean, it's not like me dying is gonna make a difference to your survival.
Saw you playing Lost Belt 1, had to drop a follow. Aw, thanks. Thanks for the follow.
Undyne, the priest mod is exactly right. You're nothing but a defective Dimmy7 and a useless thought-right master. That's why I told you to stay out of sight instead of getting in a fight you can't win.
My body just moved on its own.
I don't get it. Why would you do that? Nothing in it for you.
I also play, just doing some QP farming. Alright.
Well, I saved you people because I had something to gain from doing it. The Yaga's way of life is simple. Only the strong get to eat.
Oh, but surely the weak serve a purpose as well, by providing meat for the strong to consume. That is typically the law of the jungle, after all.
Not for us. For us, the weak aren't even worth eating. Every Yaga knows that. And you mages really throw me off my game.
I assure you, most mages would make the same choice. You would, under those circumstances. The one's there with you now is the odd one out. She is not motivated primarily by her emotions, rather what she stands to gain or lose.
God damn it. Guess I'll just have to lay low in some town till the upper chronic forget about me. Now at this point, maybe I really will join the rebel army.
The rebel army? I remember hearing them mentioned before. I presume they are a group who takes issues with Ivan the Terrible's reign.
Like, check out my supports when you get a chance? Sure, I'd love to.
That's right. Word has it they've been around in some form or another for the last 450 years.
A long time.
Sometimes with the nobles fighting, sometimes the normal folks who'd run out of food. Whatever it is, well, almost always ended up with the upper chronic slaughtering them. Though nowadays, sounds like they're still putting up a good fight.
I'll go ahead and copy paste that. Alright. When we finish this cutscene and whatnot, we'll go check it out.
I also heard a strange rumor about him. Yeah, I remember now. They say their leader's a lady archer. Still looks like one of the old humans before Ivan's reign began.
Maybe she's a servant. Good.
Servant. Who should be serving if she's the leader?
Yeah, I still gotta finish Lost Belt 6 on my main account. I just pretty much started it. If she's a servant, we definitely need to meet her and see if she can help us. At the very least, she's already fighting Ivan the Terrible, so it's safe to assume that our goals are already closely aligned. And if she's a rogue servant, so much the better. Servants can't reach their full potential without a master, after all. We tempt her with a contract, we might even offer to join us of her own accord.
So, there's been a servant summoned here, but will not seem to be a counteraction on the part of the Holy Grail. Perhaps the servant was summoned in consequence of our arrival with proper human history speed Oldham Graph. Or perhaps she's the last bit of resistance this land, no, human history itself has to offer.
Holmes, something on your mind?
Of course, there's never a moment when my mind is not occupied. In order for us to truly be able to act here, we must ensure the servant summoning is successful. You should be seeing an area. We'll see what you're summoning about now. A cave, to be precise.
I see. It's hard to see in this blizzard, but I think we make out the cave now. I also hear thunder overhead. I understand it's statistically very unlikely, but I am very concerned about getting struck by lightning. Sorry about that, but I'm glad you made it there in time. Thunder is the mark of an extremely precious source of energy, after all. I just realized we're back to the futuring. The Saints graph. It needs 1.21 gigawatts. Okay, Tiramisu, it's time to fly that kite. Go on, help her, Mash. Alright, leave the flying to me, Master. By the way, Da Vinci, it is safe to fly a kite in a storm like this, right? Sure I'm not going to be electrocuted or anything like that? Oh. That is not a reassuring response. This is why you really shouldn't work on such short notice. Way too easy to forget about little details like that. But never mind that now. Come on, get that kite up in the air. Chop chop. You never answered the question! Look, Benjamin Franklin did an experiment very similar to this. He came out of it just fine.
Well, some of the people who tried to replicate his results weren't so lucky. But you can't do science without breaking a few scientist eggs.
What sort of monstrous savage are you? Never seen such a hostile work environment. Right, that's it. I just had a flash of inspiration. Tiramisu, use your head. If there's a dangerous job to be done, delegate to someone else. Leah, you'll go there with you. That's his cardinal. Don't mind being zipped with lightning. Are you nuts? I'm gonna last 2 seconds. Lightning's one of the Tsar's most powerful weapons. It fried me like a piece of cursed bacon. What dare you question my intelligence, baseman? Think, you're only revolting against a soul of yours, haven't you? There's no turning tail on the way now. You need to face reality. Reality? That's a rich, come off a fearless bunch of pink-skinned humans with some fairy tale paradise.
It would seem that the lightning is strong enough to discourage even the young Braxy. Alas, we have no alternative. Miss Caroline, please connect the wire to the Spirit Origin briefcase. Once that is done, I want you to run as fast as you can while holding the kite horizontally.
Understood. I'll make sure the kite gets airborne. Here goes! We're flying a kite to save the world! The kite has reached the center... Oh wait, no, he had the Mushariga voice. The kite's reached the center of the thunderclouds. Activating conversion spell. Now, rig to go, Mash!
Good. Continue to keep an eye on the kite, Miss Caroline. Mr. Armisu, remain on standby near the Spirit Origin briefcase. It is crucial for the summoning, in that you'll be there. This is a folk summon. Once one of the heroic spirits you have bonded with have been summoned, they'll convert the lightning into magical energy used to form a Spirit Origin. But that alone will not keep them there for very long. If a serpent summoned via human magecraft is to remain in this world, they'll need a retractor, a master that can serve as an anchor. You'll just converse with the servant that appears. Form a contract with them immediately.
Got it. Must protect Mash. Mash can protect her own damn self. And me! Well, I mean, maybe not in this state. She will once again soon, though. What's all this about? Man, that thing really is up there. I swear, I have no idea what these humans are thinking.
God damn it, Oom, just because this isn't Rush. Sure, we know, doesn't mind we can just let some commoners witness magecraft being performed. Can't you get that wolfman to go off somewhere else? Surely you won't want to ruin his life by showing him things he's better off not knowing.
Gordoff, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares right now. I doubt the Yaga cares right now. He's just kind of here.
I suppose you do have a point.
No, he doesn't. It's pointless.
Well then, I'll speak with him.
There's literally no point in not showing him this.
Baxi, I'm terribly sorry to ask you this, but we're about to perform a highly secret ritual here. Would you mind waiting outside the cave until it's complete? Again, I do apologize.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's... Why? No real purpose.
So I'm not good enough to see their secret little ritual, huh? Damn it. Wouldn't even be here now if I hadn't shown them the way. What do I care about? What do I care about rituals? Smell them. They're over there, huh? Most Yaga go their whole lives without even hearing about mages, let alone meeting one. Other mages work with Ivan the Terrible to perform spells that combine humans and demonic beasts. The one that created us, the Yaga. I know that if they hadn't turned us into Yaga, we'd probably never survive the Great Calder Wave. Say that mages are still at work trying all sorts of spells in hopes one of them could save the world. Or they also say that all the mages were killed when they got on Ivan the Terrible's bad side. All the rumors are so vague as to be damn near worthless. Now the mages exist, no idea what they actually do. Figured that being a mage and all, they'd have so much magical energy even a Yaga like me could sense it. As far as I can tell, that Tiramisu girl isn't anything special. If she were a Yaga, she'd be too weak to survive more than a day after being born. I have no idea why the Abokani would care about her, or any of them. Still, can't help but think. Maybe she really will end up saving this world. Which is why I can't stand them keeping this ritual thing a secret from me. After they've gone and got my hopes up like that. Since those two humans now, well, they've got a ton of magical energy. Alright then, see what this secret ritual is all about. What is that? There's an intricately designed symbol of magecraft. One meant to make miracles possible. Everything's in place, Master. The Spirit Origin briefcase now has enough charge for a single summon. The girl extended her right hand, called out aloud and clear. My will creates your body. Your sword creates my destiny. You heed the Grail's call and abide by this will. And reason, then answer me. I hereby swear. I embody all that is good in this world. I shall defeat all that is evil in the world. Seventh heaven clad, and the three worlds of power, come forth with the circle of binding, guardians of the scales. What? Those words bring about genuine miracles. They're an incantation spun in search of bravery and wisdom, all in service of overcoming any difficulties that may stand in the way. The fate system, the secret ritual for summoning heroic spirits. Oh wait, I'm probably not meant to be voicing that anymore. Alright, now I need a voice for him. Fuck. My name is Averpon. I am a caster. I come in response to your summon. It would seem, though, that the circumstances are somewhat unusual. And you, over there, are you an enemy? Taxi!
I thought this might happen.
Stole the sacred summoning ritual. Cursed fool of a beast, how dare you trample all over my kindness? Tiramisu, order that servant your supposed witness.
No, calm yourself, Goro. There's no need of a world with no mages association. For that matter, even someone were to see the summoning ritual, I doubt there's anyone in this Russia who would decipher it. Besides, I believe Pax's understanding our powers would, in fact, be to our benefit.
That guy just appeared out of nowhere. Hey, you! Are you human?
I am not. I am a servant, one who long ago made his mark on history. Thanks to my accomplishments, I ascended to the throne as a heroic spirit. Now I serve this woman, for she is my master.
Heroic spirit?
Then does that mean you're like Ivan the Terrible?
Oh, so our enemy's Ivan the Terrible, eh?
That's gonna be difficult.
Looks like we got an intellectual sword.
As a result of my summoning, I know all the information my master possesses. That said, it seems there's still many things we have yet to learn about this strange land. Now then, where to begin? Before we discuss matters further, why don't I show you what I'm capable of? Demonic beast, damn it! Didn't even notice him follow me in here. A word of warning before I fight. My body is frail and weak. I may be the least useful of all the classes in the sense that I cannot do anything by myself. But I am also a miracle worker. So to begin, I would like to show you what manner of miracles I'm capable of performing. Now, let us do battle! You will be laid upon this statue.
I literally don't even need to activate this one.
Be gone. Born of the Great Mother, Swall's intelligent. Be filled with life. Wield thy weapon, evil shall be destroyed. My name in Brave Thrush is Adam!
I'll get jumped by golems.
Aw, that's cute. Guys, look, he thinks he can raise his defense and live another turn.
Oncoming Q.
That was incredible! Those stones. They just flatten those Kershaks like it's nothing. These are my golems. Too weak to fight myself, so my option is to have them do so on my behalf. Now, Master, we can talk more later. First, I'm going to make this cave into my workshop. That should strengthen our abilities to summon, which will in turn allow you to make use of your spirit origin graph. That way, you may call upon the shadows of the servants registered within that briefcase whenever you like. You will, of course, only be able to do so in combat. Their powers are sadly limited in its scope. Now then, I shall rest until the workshop is complete.
God, he's so cool.
Master Tiramisu, Master Caroline, and Paxi, the Yaga, was it? Allow me to introduce myself again. My true name is Aphrodite. As you see, I'm a caster. Just a humble maker of golems. But given the circumstances, it would nonetheless seem that I am just the servant for the job.
So you weren't part of the spirit origin graph. Miss Tiramisu has never met you before, eh? It must have been the land itself crying out for help. I brought you here, render a bond with her. It would seem that the existing heroic spirits cannot easily materialize in this world.
No, just one more thing that sets us apart from singularity. I guess this is part of what the Magecraft theory was talking about. But that can wait. For now, I'm just glad to have a new ally, and one who seems likely to be very helpful at least, at that. Aphrodite, given your particular experience, do you think you might be able to repair the Shadow Warder's armor?
Let me see the data.
By all means, go on, give it to me straight.
Well, first need to find the right materials. I should be able to craft a suitable armor plate, as long as we have quality ore imbued with magical energy. Ordinarily, such ore are only traded among mages. But I believe we should be able to find some here.
Good answer. Just what I expect to hear from the forefather of all golems. Mind if I leave him in charge of fixing the Shadow Warrior's armor homes?
Not at all. It'll certainly be a great help. Now then, Mr. Amasu, Miss Caroline, Paxi. I believe we should decide on our next course of action, assuming that all's right with you, Gorov.
Why, of course. I will have the final say, yes?
Naturally. Da Vinci, I'd like to ask you to continue learning everything you can regarding the materials. For the other matters we discussed, that is.
Okay, I'm on it.
Right. In brief, I believe our next move should be the rendezvous with this rebel army. We now know that the leader is a servant. Moreover, there's a strong chance that they will elect to join us, given that the crew is live in the Doppel.
We don't know where the rebel army is.
I believe Paxi can be of assistance there. They do know where they are. You do know where they are, don't you?
Not exactly. I do know a few villages that's rumored to have ties to them. Word has it they provide them with food, hide them from the upper county, that sort of thing.
Then that is where we'll go. I trust that all's alright with you, Director.
Our village with rebel gators. I don't much care for the notion, but then again, I would have to be the one going there anyways. Bye, well then, bye off with the Tamasu. Oh, wait, good news. Ain't not much of a new supply of food. Shadowboard's reserves are nearly empty. Stayed in one's belly has a direct effect on morale. I'm sure you'll be well aware of this, but the border staff are mentally exhausted as well. They've been battling hunger, the cold, and cabin fever for some time. At least you've been able to walk around inside.
Right, I forgot about that little problem. We are sure, but are we sure we can eat Kershak meat?
Well, you better be able to eat it. Forget the roast beef now, be had with a sort of bacon. Malik's family been practicing alchemy for generations. Even if the meat does contain toxins, rest assured that I can make it edible. I've been stranded alone in Stony Mountain countless times before, so I've invented my own spells to turn bad meat good. I can even transform spoiled meat to soloi. What else you think I'm known as Moist the Phoenix?
Wow, what a useless art. Totally useless spell. It's definitely a narrow niche. It's just the one we need right now. What do you mean useless? Come on, that sounds awesome.
Understood.
Good. Once the shuttle borders work it again, we should be able to support you in a much more active capacity.
I mean, give Gordoff his props at least a little. Goddamn. Alright, let's go check out your supports. Alright, who we got? We have Van Gogh. 1,000. Look pretty snazzy. Triple 10. MP2. A very interesting skin choice for him. Or her. I think Van Gogh's another gender thing. Alright, then we got Muramasa. Ooh, Archer Tomoe. I haven't seen Final Ascension. This one yet, no strings. Ooh, that's nice. MP2, not bad, not bad. I like Third Ascension for Van Gogh. I've never seen Third Ascension for Van Gogh. Everyone else I see just has her on her basic and Swimsuit Raiko. Delicious. Five, 6, 6. There's hugs and head pats. Yeah, really does. With Second Ascension school uniform style. Ushwakamaru grilled up to 100. Ooh. That 10, 10, 10 I saw? Yes, it was. Mew. Caster. Oh, that's what their final ascension is. Mine's only on a second ascension. Ooh. MP2. Very fancy looking. This is one I don't see get a lot of love. MP1. Six, six, seven. Hey, we're gonna go meet you. Ooh. This is pretty good. P1. Grilled to 90. And you got Himiko! Hell yeah. I don't even know if Himiko's good, I just think she is so fucking cute. 5, 6, 6. Oh, she's immune to poison and curse. Cool. MP1. Ooh, that's really cool. Buster crit support. Ah, gotcha. Avenger Ushi. 10, 10, 10. That's Santa Karna, isn't it? Yeah. Got him on my main. You got him grailed. Uriel. Fiesca. Tamacaster. Tengu Girl. 999. MP5. No Appins yet. Foreigner 999. Oh no, this was 656. Misread that. Alright. I'm guessing you don't have a lot of riders or assassins? Alright, then we got friggin' BB. This is the one from that you get from Sephra. And of course Artoria. Little Civ. Yumerin Swimsuit, Castoria, Morgan. What AP level we got for you, Morgan? Missing a good Buster Assassin. MP1 Morgan. Of course, MASH there. Triple 10, nice. Then this is the event one, I assume. Oh yeah, there it is. Well, that is quite nice. Send that over. You can accept that, reject it if you want. But I also have a Morgan. That is NP4. Oh, awesome. I just wanted Bargath. And I got MP4 Morgan. The suffering. I only got MP1 Bargath. It hurts so much. You get MP1, MP3 Bulba showing up the most. Yeah, I think my Bulba Sifs are like MP3 and MP4, depending on the account. Ah, here's my caster team. Since we're playing around with him. Alright, I think that'll be okay if I set up. Very well. Let us be on our way, Master. I've sealed off and hidden this workshop with boulders. It shall be our secret hideout. Very well hidden. Can't see it all anymore. How are we going to find it again ourselves? Not to worry. Set a Golem the sense when we draw near and guide us in. Wow, let's hear it for Golems. Nothing special for a Golem keeper like me. Although as a mage, I'm merely second rate. Don't worry, I'm fourth rate. Now then, let's head up. Now then, let us head for one of the villages said to be aiding the rebel army.
If I may, do be as quick about this as you can.
I know, anyways. We'll have to pass through another village to get to the one we want. Make sure you stay out of trouble there. It's mostly neutral, but it does lean pro-Ivan. Alright, let's get in and out quickly, before anyone notices how much you guys stand out.
Hold it!
What do you want?
Got to pay the toll. You mean to use our village as a shortcut, it's only fair.
That's ridiculous, I ain't paying that.
You're off to join the rebel army, right? Pay the toll, or I can capture and report you. The way to no fur off my snout.
Regrettably, we don't have a single ruble to our name at the moment.
I do not wish to cause you injury, if I can help it. However, if we cannot settle this peacefully... Well, Master, what would you have us do?
Let's try to persuade them. Persuade them, huh? I don't know.
Tell me, are your labor needs being sufficiently met?
Ever brought here with the salesman pitch? Have you tried Golems? Take a look around, what do you think?
Then allow me to present you with this!
For 3 easy payments of letting us go with our lives, this Golem can be all yours! Just play shipping and handling.
What is that? A moving statue of sorts, powered by magecraft. Not the most nimble thing, but it's quite
capably handled. It can be quite capably handle. It can quite capably handle any hard labor you wish to throw at it. Sorry, that wording's always weird.
And you're just giving it to us for free?
Of course not. In exchange, we'll pretend you never saw us. Let us be on our way. And that way, we can reach our destination unimpeded, and all of you will gain an endless source of free labor. So, we have a deal? My, that certainly took a while.
Or say that village isn't capable of picking a sword. Surprised you could tell, human.
Yeah, that's right. That village is full of Yagu who can't make up their minds.
What do you mean?
Well, couldn't support off in the table, also making deals that obviously help the rebel army. Places like that are inevitably seen as enemies by both sides. They ended up destroyed when one invades.
Still, given the location, it's likely they were left with no other choice. They're situated far from the capital, close to the rebel army after all. I would really blame them for living their lives the best they can with the meager options available to them.
The trick is living a life with one foot in two camps is to throw away all you did and compromise every step of the way. While you may never enjoy it better tomorrow, at least you have a solace knowing yesterday wasn't too bad. If you cannot do that, instead constantly flit back and forth, you do yourself to destruction. I saw it in my own family back when political infighting grew especially fast.
Just thinking about that makes me nauseous. Please try to calm down.
I don't know too much about it myself, but I heard that for a mage, there are a few things worse than having their family fall to ruin.
You hit the nail on the head. That village is flitting back and forth. They're scrambling around trying to make ends meet, getting nowhere fast.
All that aside, that village seems very different from the town where you live, Paxi. Almost feels like something out of the Middle Ages.
No, Yamasamak's buildings still appear to be a bit more modern.
That's because they were made back in human times.
And those buildings are all over 400 years old?
That's right, they've been patched up over the years, but no one knows how to build like that anymore. Best we can do now is fill in any holes that show up. If we ever had a major earthquake, they'd probably come tumbling down like a house of cards.
As much as I'm interested in learning more about the Yaga civilization, I believe we should set that aside for the moment.
Right now, our most pressing concern is finding a way to make contact with the rebel army.
You're right, Everbron. Let's see. What if we start casually dropping words like servant, master, and singularity when we talk about the other Yaga?
I always wanted to be a secret agent.
Right?
Unfortunately, I don't believe it'll be that easy. The rank-and-file soldiers have most likely never heard of those things. We must also not forget that there are servants on the enemy's side as well as our own. Merely revealing ourselves as master and servants may not be enough to convince the rebels of our intentions.
Quite right. As such, we should keep things simple and merely do what we can to demonstrate our desire to join. Tell me, Paxi, do you have any interest in joining the rebel army?
I've been the Terribles who've been ruling this land with this Upper County for 450 years now. The great Tsar is freaking immortal. Been living in fear of his regime all of our lives, but my only choices now are to curl up and die or to go down fighting. I'd rather the latter proudly.
I see. Firstly, I would have been satisfied. You were merely willing to pretend to join them, but this would suffice just as well.
Hey, you're the guys who got me mixed up in all this in the first place.
You have me there.
I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Truth to tell, I've been pissed off for a while about how had to just sit back and take all this shit.
I suppose the right thing to do here would be to honor your wishes.
Well, I'm not sure you. How much longer you gotta drag this into minimal conversation now? If he wants to do it, let him do it. Like, we need to repair the shadow border. So McCauley could be looking for us even as we speak.
In that case, why don't we let the Paxi into the village first, and meet back with him later?
Sounds great to me. Don't worry, I'll make sure to introduce you guys. Draw, you're all I got to hang my hat on. Okay, just sit tight. This is gonna go terribly, isn't it?
Oh, for certain. Is something bothering you, Master? Do you regret involving Paxi in this ordeal?
I'm gonna respect his wishes, but
there's nothing more he can do now.
Sometimes we decide our own fate. Sometimes others decide it for us. Now we must be patient. Rome was not built in a day, correct? This is true for golems as well. Really? Because you sure seem to have been throwing them together by the score in like seconds. That is simply the nature of my matecraft. And trust me, I did not reach this point in a day. It's starting to get dark. What should we do? Must be okay to enter the village now, right? Wait, someone's coming! May I ask who you are?
You're the ones Perksy was talking about.
That's us.
You can take your hoods off so I can see your faces.
I'll be damned. Guess he was telling the truth. Indeed he was. Incidentally, I will tell you now that I have no intention of removing my mask. Now, may we ask you something? We have proven to you that we are not Yaga, so why are your comrades still training their firearms on us? You see, there's been some rumors going around lately, you see. And they say that Ivan the Terrible is working with a human mage now, one with a human-bodied serpent in tow. Sorry, pal, you're not getting any mercy from us. Well, Master, what would you have us do? Just hit him with the back of your sword, please. That will be difficult, as my golems do not have swords, Master. I jest. I understand your meaning, of course, so I shall do my best to honor your request. Now, let us show you the most well-kept secret among the golems I command. My fair Yaga, while I pledge to do my utmost to restrain myself, I'm afraid I cannot be held responsible should one of my golems strike you in a particularly vulnerable place. Say your prayers. It's golem time, motherfuckers. Then he proceeded to golem all over the screen. I must ask that you restrain your stupidity. But it seems that is but a foolhardy request. Allow me to show you my power. Another me, 10 levels lower. Cute. Damn, level 10? This support Aberbron kicks ass. The one that isn't level 10 is this. God damn. Well now. Very well. I must kindly ask that you stand down.
石の巨人よ、暴力を前。
If you don't listen, we will resort to violence. Shouldn't you say that before punching them in the face? Now why would I go and do that? Because that's how threats work. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough.
武器を振るえば悪魔は去れる。ルーアハを抱きし汝の名はアダムなり。
This probably won't be the finishing maneuver, but it will pack a punch.
対終末、対粛清ボール、始め。最果ての島、罪の都。最後の竜は我が胸に。集え、円卓の守護者たち。ラウンドオブアーバロン。
母に生まれ。
What is my overcharge effect? I never checked.
悪魔は去れる。ルーアハを抱きし汝の名はアダムなり。行け。
Ah, increase MP gain.
ああ、いいだろう、了解した。行け。石の巨人よ、暴力を前。
Skittish. Are we burning France today? No! Leave France alone! But hi, Yuna. Welcome to the stream. Right now we're in Russia.
行け。
そこです。
行け。
熱を帯びなさい。
Hello, robots. I have some qualms with their current status. You know, just a little, issue of, war. Oh, fair enough.
母に生まれ、知性を持命を満たす。武器を振るえば悪魔は去れる。
You know, that's not great. No personal qualms. Like, no one from there offended me personally.
苦手ではあるが、我が手足は君の遥か上に存在したのだ。悪く思うな。
Welcome back.
Sweet,
I made 3 friends on this account for the campaign. Can't ascend anyone. Ina's just had some bad encounters with people who have spoken French. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Yeah, it's mostly just a joke right now. Especially since the first singularity is Orléans, and they were trying to destroy France. I'm still waiting for the floating French war. They fixed that, don't worry. They had to do a hard reset, but they fixed it. Stop! Hello there, I take it you're the leader. I am, and now I've seen your power for myself. Say you're here to join the rebel army. If it's okay with you. Your little boarhead here looks like it's about to throw up some Pepto-Bismol. Of course, I'd be glad to welcome you. Were you not human? In this world, there's only two kinds of people who look like humans. Mages and servants. Need more lores, there's never enough. I know. There is never enough. And that means you are our enemy. Huh? Please, I promise you Are you with the Tsar, or are you not? The answer to that lies whether you are merciful as well as strong. And so I shall make you a grossly unfair proposal. Fight us without killing us, even as we do our best to kill you. I hate to break it to you, but that's been exactly what we've been doing. I see. Well, this is certainly as unfair as you say. You have strength enough to kill us all. There's no spy, but there's no point in spying on us if you could simply kill us at your leisure after all. If you're strong enough to kill us and choose to spare our lives. Fallen Falls and Paul France, let me finish her. She's dead before I go to work on the next servant. Maybe Morgan or Arkad? Arsid? Arusid after Uzi. Oh, Doppel, talk about the Tsar. I have a theory about this here. The Tsaritsa and Genshin? Alright. Kindness silly humans for this. That is my offer. You may take it or leave it. Well, master, now what would you have us do? I'll buy whatever you decide. We're gonna do exactly what she says. Understood. Are you familiar with Honkai Impact / Star Rail? I've been playing Star Rail. I'm scared to try Impact 3rd because I hear it's really sad. And then again, so is Genshin, but I already subscribed to two MiHoYo verse games wanting to fucking break my fucking soul. You familiar with Kokulia? I am not. You didn't finish Belobog yet? I finished... Belobog's the, first Ice World, right? I finished that. I don't recognize the name Kokolia, though. Was that the lady who was in charge? Who we had to beat the shit out of with the giant robot? With the epic soundtrack that's suddenly just like, oh yeah, we just hired a rock band. Okay, then yes. That is who I'm thinking it was. Proceed.
いいだ了解したいいだああ行け
Hey, she put herself on ice. We just heated up the situation. Yeah, they're getting jumped by Golems again. Yeah, they sure as hell are.
了解した行け行け
Man, imagine taking a full gunshot to the face and just shrugging that shit off.
行け行け
Well, in both Honkai games, she has a similar role, mom with a good heart that got corrupted into doing bad things. Alright.
操縦開始動けゴーレム
Similar to a certain ice archon. Alright, I'm following you so far.
ありえざる妖精の王よ
いいだ
After wrong gaming.
最果ての島罪の都最後の竜は我が胸に集え円卓の守護者たちラウンド・オブ・アバロン
母に生まれ知性を持り命を満たす武器を振るえば悪魔は去れるルーアハを抱きし汝の名はアダムなり
The third had confirmed that Genshin is a part of its multiverse. You're pretty certain that it's gonna have the parallel? Oh, there as well?
ああ了解した
下がっているように
いいだろうああ
Thinks the Chariots is gonna be a Tibet version of Kokila.
削り取れ
It would fit the ice theming, at the very least.
了解したああ了解した
下がっているように
了解した行け
そこです
So, speaking of Genshin theories, I had one in regards to, Farina / Folklore, as she is now. Just since I, completed the current Archon quest. I've dropped hints that Himiko might be the current or past Pyro Archon. I believe I've heard that name before in regards to that.
操縦開始
Full combo. Full power.
運命をかけた戦いであれば
では始めいいだろうああ母に生まれ知性を持り命を満たす
So, mine's a bit more of a simplistic theory rather than an overarching theory here. But, my thought process is that either Folklore is not the Hydra Archon, or, I think she wasn't ready to be Archon whenever the previous Hydra Archon died. And that the machine that provides justice wasn't made by her, but it was instead made by the previous Hydra Archon, who chose wisely not to use it. It's just like, oh yeah, this thing is so fucking flawed. And, of course, Folklore, trying to keep up the guise of having authority, presented it as her own. That's why she freaks out at the end of the most recent Archon quest whenever it gives an incorrect verdict. She is basically flying by the seat of her pants on the entire Archon job. She is in over her head, but she can't admit it or she'll lose face in front of the entire country. That's what I got. Flynn has been Archon for over 5 years, unlike certain turn-up who is tapping into their predecessor's knowledge. Yeah, but that time doesn't mean anything if you were never taught how to properly handle a fucking country. Yeah, kind of what I mean. Who makes mistakes when they're not mentally ready? Yep. And everything's just been snowballing ever since. Maybe what happened in Azuma? Yep. That is a very good example. It'd actually be kind of funny in this fight if hitting the insta-kill chance made you fail the fight. It would suck, but it'd also be hilarious. Can you go on?
No, I'm sorry. Can't move anymore. I believe he should be alright after a few days' rest.
They had more experience, just he was shadow rolling with Makoto. But her fear of erosion led her to making a very poor choice to leave a fucking algorithm in charge of running the country. Yeah, this robot will be perfect. Just responding on stimuli and lack of emotion and who's ever whispering in its ear. That sounds fantastic to run a country. I think Fenty so far has been the most proper ruler. To be fair, Zhongli was, but he wanted to retire. Because he was very active prior to, well, I say very active. He was relatively active in Liyue up until we showed up. Because it had been like an annual thing where he'd ascended. But man, let the dude retire. It is kind of shitty that he had to fake his own death. Yeah, and that was part of the contract he had with the Tsaritsa. He wanted to be sure they could handle themselves. Like, I get his viewpoint on it. And he would have stepped in if they couldn't. He says that himself. It's still not great. But man, there's like no retirement plan for the Archons. They need a union. Because it'd been much better if old man political powers things that don't work well together. Well, he wasn't in the politics thing, but yeah, he was in a position of power. And he knew it was time for him to step down. He just wanted to be sure everyone was ready. And I think Folklore was the only one who was in training to be a Archon afterwards, or at the very least trusted enough to become an Archon afterwards by someone. No one else had a protege. Makoto had A, but they were simultaneously rulers at the same time. Nahida, of course, is just kind of a clone. Zhongli and Venti didn't have people they were trying to, like, hey, you want to be in my place? But then again, that could also be because they didn't want to have any interference with Celestia. I believe you should be fine after a few days' rest. It would seem we've been thoroughly defeated. Very well, we surrender. Truly been sent by from the terrible. We would clearly have no chance of victory. But fortunately, it seems you are not with him after all. Say, your name wouldn't happen to be... Oh, do excuse me. My name is Atlanta. I wield the power of the demonic beast known as the Caldalian Boar. Almost ready for the challenge Zhongli banner, though. They will not escape this time. Oh, you don't have either of them? I got Child by accident. And I got C2 Zhongli on his debut banner. Because Shield Share is just amazing. They keep escaping by 50-50. No! Ah, that sucks. I'm glad you're prepared this time. The banners I'm interested in right now are Navia, Folklore, and Chlordine. Of the ones that we know are confirmed. Unconfirmed, Arlecchino and Cloud Retainer. Currently have 240 wishes, still have time to build. I got about, it's either 140-ish, 160-ish, something like that. 130-ish. I've been saving for a bit. I haven't rolled in a long time. I rolled a little bit just to get Kiara, but I didn't hit a 5-star. No, wait. I did hit a 5-star, I think. Maybe? I know I rolled 2 10 pulls, and I didn't hit a 5-star on my most recent aim to get someone, but I can't remember who that was. But it did get me a Yai Miko dupe, so that wasn't bad. With the Cheeky Brad as well, but I really need my Hydro DPS already. I mean, Yelan's here right now. But I assume you want it to be child. I mean, I use her as support DPS, but does she have no main DPS capabilities of her own? I figured she would, considering the way that her bows behaved. Not really? I see. So you are an altar. Essentially, but it's not so bad as you might think. I'm guessing my spirit origin always had an affinity for this demonic beast. This made it easy to convince the Yaga that I was on their side.
Boss.
Atlanta, do you not remember us? No, I do not. The first thing I remember is finding myself in this land. I believe it's the death throes of this very world that called me here. The real Russia, the one from our world, had been overwritten by Russia from a different history. It's been 3 months since I was summoned, which is as far back as my memories go. In fact, there's something I would like to ask you as well. What is it? Am I doing the right thing? Am I behaving the way a heroic spirit should?
That is hard to answer. I'm afraid I'm not at all familiar with the, no doubt, myriad extenuating circumstances surrounding this particular conflict. What I can say with confidence that compared Russia as we know it, Ivan the Terrible seems to be the most tyrannical ruler indeed. And as such, I believe that in standing up to him, you're doing exactly what a heroic spirit should.
Right, good point. I pray that you are right. Anyways, let's return to our stronghold. You can all treat your wounds there.
Why is the altar being more reasonable than the normal one? I remember when the fucking standard Atlanta just had her fucking brain broken by the fact that Artemis was being such a simp for Orion. And aw, Ghastly, thanks for the resub. Don't you oopsie me. Thank you so much. It's our 5-month anniversary. Where are my flowers? Could I offer you some granola? Got flowers for a cat to this fish. I'm about a fish. Wish does but never shook my head. Aw. It's crazy. Awful losses as Bondo produces. No! Undyne is disappointed. I don't even have any flower emotes. Yeah, there's no basic flower emotes either. Damn. I got some flowers behind me. I don't know if you like them though. They're up in the corner too. Yes, for you. You shouldn't have. Aw. Seriously, as he reads. I never stated a lie in any of this.
There are indeed flowers here. You three can come too. I'll show you the way. Where's Paxi? Paxi, that Yaga. I had him restrained for the time being, so he is really with you? Very well, we'll bring him along too. I hope Paxi's alright.
I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die. Snap out of it, Paxi.
Luck is on your side today, Yaga.
Hey, I'm alive. Looks like you guys are okay too. Man, that's too close for comfort.
Alright. We're off to the stronghold. Stay alert for shadows and familiars.
Not to worry.
I am one of my drone golems. Keep watch. Good.
Now, get on your bike or we'll be on our way.
Alright, on one of my golems. What do you and Mash like to do the same? Yeah, I don't think the bicoins will let us on.
I don't suppose I could ride on one too, could I?
By all means. No more trouble to make 3 than to make 2. Anyways, Ghastly, what brings you around here? You've been absent most of the day. I figured you were busy. I was celebrating Liger's birthday. Ah, so that was going on then. Had me on geriatric phone. Fun, fun. Hold on a moment. I guess. Okay, Liger doesn't have an alert in Oz's thing. Okay. The amount of sexy ghost face I drew, bro. Oh goodness. I don't know why everyone simps for Ghostface. Hydrate? Alright. But I guess y'all do you. I'll show you why. Fish need their water, but I'm not a fish. Ghostface is the guy from Scream. Alright, let's do a little something, something. By the way, look who's fully ascended! Rama! As if anyone actually gives a shit. Poor Rama. Did he get flowers for it? He got bananas. No, I'll stay quiet on you giving him banana. He liked bananas, though. Quit making it weird. Well, we're also going to be using Tomoe Gozen. But of course I'm going to be using First Ascension. And you like giving him bananas? Head, out of the gutter. Or mind, out of the gutter, you know. Naughty bunny. Ina did nothing wrong.
You filthy degenerate.
Farewell. How are things in the village?
Not good, I'm afraid.
I've always been treated very badly there, thanks to their connections to us.
We've done what we can to help each other out till now. Now things are getting worse. Top of that, the Uppercani have been even more violent lately. Rumor has it they even burned some other villages to the ground after there was a revolt there. People there had no choice but give up that place and move on. Well, can't blame them for that. The village only existed to serve as a decoy. Still leaving him a bold decision. When surprised if 30, even 20% of them survived the journey. Maybe not, but 20% surviving is still better than all of them getting massacred by the Uppercani. Hey, how do you guys sleep at night? Do you feel the least bit guilty about these villagers giving up their lives for you guys? You're from one of those villages too, huh? Don't worry, so am I. Answer the damn question. Sure, I feel bad about it. What are we supposed to do? Fighting a war against Ivan the Terrible here. The immortal Tsar has been alive for the last 450 years. We know how many villages have been sacrificed over the years. How many innocent Yaga, children included, have lost their lives. What other choice do we have? I know we're all gonna to hell for this. Once we get there, Pai's gonna look at us with those mystic eyes. It's every awful thing we've ever done. Before that happens, I want to defeat Ivan the Terrible once for all, so my kid can at least grow up in a world without him. Now that the boss, Lady Atlanta, has joined us, the best chance we might have to ever make that happen. We're gonna spark a revolution right here in Russia. Revolution's all well and good, but I believe we need to do something about these demonic beasts first. Look that way. All hands, ready your weapons. Alright, Master of Chaldea, caster servant. Let's see what you're really capable of. Surely you're not going to let demonic beasts like this get the better of you. Of course not. Master, I await your orders. Why is Atlanta so grounded? I don't know.
ゲーム タートにございますれば。冷徹いいでしょ。もっと攻めまする。軟弱者と
Ow.
攻め承知。攻めまする。とせえいや我が血脈演説。
Alright. Let's rip them to shreds. Alter Berserker, and somehow she's far more reasonable. Don't forget, fused with the demonic beast too. You know, just to top off the weirdness of all of this.
そうか。いいでしょ。造作もない。
There's a time to gorilla and a time to not gorilla. How do you know what time is what? I don't know. Wait, is she AoE or single target? Single, okay. Alright, let's play some Beat Saber.
VR にてごめん。VR 新影流奥義。巴が採用。燃えなさい。攻めます。承知。ああ。とっ。せえ。
Look upon your doom.
士族の誇りにかけて朝日将軍ご長乱あれ。冷徹冷やし造作もなし。この剣は傲慢たる士族の証。震えなさい。ブラックドッグガラティーンですわ。
There we go.
士族の誇りにかけて使うぞ。命
Boom,
令でいいで
boom,
しょ。
boom.
造作もない。スイッそこしつけがいがありそうね。貴様その目は何だ。
Damn. Oh no, not quick down. Whatever will I do? A quick down on Bargith. That's That's so debilitating to my entire
攻め
plan.
まする
No. Get fucked.
死を何もかも全て食ら
How
い
many
尽くす
quick sabers are taking this thing on? How many quick sabers even are there? I can only literally think of like one off the top of my head. Right, two. I have two. I now have two in my head. All berserker.
Let's play a little game.
You are going to be switched out. Hey, finish skinning them. Well done, Paxi. You can let the pack golems carry them now. By the way, Lanta, there's something I wish to ask you. What is it? If there is any pneumatic beast materials at the rebel army stronghold, I was hoping you could let us have them. Of course, we have a fair amount stocked up. I will consider rewarding you with them, depending on how well you work. Okay, we're almost at the hidden tunnel. We still need to pass through it before we arrive at our stronghold, so I'm afraid you will need to bear with us a little longer. What about the cold? I'm a servant, they are Yaga, so we have no issue handling it. Same cannot be said true of you. Oh, we're okay. Master has a mystic code designed for extremely cold environments. Good. Thank you for your concern. It's not that. I just found it strange that you could endure it, as no ordinary human could survive this cold. When you get right down to it, I am but one rather atypical aspect of Atlanta, manifesting as a servant. I'm afraid I do not have much in the way of common sense. Anyway, the tunnel is crawling with demonic beasts, but they are weak, hiding here for shelter. We can simply cut our way through them without issue. Master, we seem to be out of the border's comm range. Come, is that the method of using magecraft these things are far away? The tunnel must be affecting it. These comms of yours should be fixed once we get out. Forget about them in the meantime. On a different subject, seen a lot of demonic beasts. Surprised we haven't seen any normal animals yet. Normal animals? Those all went extinct ages ago. Extinct? That certainly makes sense if you think about it. There are simply no ordinary animals that could survive such a harsh environment. Add an overwhelming dominant species to the mix, and it's little wonder the other animals went extinct. I heard there used to be much smaller animals centuries ago. They're called cats and dogs, I think. Cats. Yes, that has something to do with this form I've been summoned in. My previous memories of cats and dogs are all hazy. Cat boy. Cat boy. You're alright, Fa. Boss, I can smell blood. Something's eating a demonic beast. Whatever it is, it's really big. This is bad. All non-servants, stay back. Scent of a demon boar. Hey there, big guy. Seems very ill-fated to linger here. Must kill it quickly. Is that clear? Got it. Good. This will be another chance. Show me what you're capable of, Tiramisu. do, do. Hi, Shiva. Thanks for the hydrate. Alright. Let's take him out. Stretch? Alright. Alright, that was a good stretch. Alright. Now to smite these heathens.
最果てにありながら鳥の明日をし陽動キャメ
Alright, now a degenerate? A fool?
よくいい判断です。そうか。モルゴー魔女ですの。
Like, there's a long list of that. Yay, degeneracy!
暗き湖よ、目を背けないで。慈悲が神戸を垂れよ。恐怖は記号も。
I'd say you're incredibly handsome, Charlie man.
通るにあたわず。
Shut up, Shiva. You were just saying that. But thank you. Maybe someone else would just say that, but I really do mean it. That's sweet. Except for the part where he said I was a fish. 'Cause I'm not a fish. Wow.
ああ、そうか。間違いじゃない。間違いのはずがないんだ。
Not sure I'd put charming in my resume though. Or handsome for that matter.
食いちぎれ。いい判断です。そうか。圧倒します。死になさい。死を何もかもすべて食らい尽くす。
You can, calm down, Atlanta. Seems we find ourselves in possession of an unexpectedly large quantity of meat. Everyone, take as much as you can carry. I think I'll take some of this earth while I'm at it. The caves are a rather lucky find. All the demonic beasts that inhabit it must have affected the earth's properties. I should be able to make some excellent golems with this. It kinda looks like you're tilling a field. I would say it's closer to pottery. This is great. Now my kid won't have to go hungry. Kid? Yeah, they have kids. They don't just spawn from the earth. Yeah, my kid. What, do you think I was single? Well, I'm not. I'm off the market. Fucking furries. I know we call ourselves the Rebel Army. There's a lot of Yagu who came here with their families after having their villages razed, because they had nowhere else to go. I'm one of them. Your village were burned down. Or your villages were burned down. You mean by the Upper Connie? That's right. Hell, that's how most of us rebel soldiers ended up joining. I'm one of the lucky ones. My whole family made it out alive. And the kids here saw their parents murdered in front of them. That's horrible. We don't have time for idle chatter. Let's go. Right. Sorry, boss. Come on, guys. Let's get a move on. Okay, we're here. For the record, I didn't see anything that looked like it might be tracking us. But just to be safe, I will set out a few hidden security golems to keep watch. And thus, numerous villain and anti-hero origin stories came to being. That'd be great, thanks.
Ah, you see we're back alive.
Oh, Pork, give me a gold tabber, Pork. What there? Why do you get silent for so long? So what the hell are you doing?
We're in a cave, dude. Yes, sir, I'll do my best. Master, myself, Howard, and Paxley are all currently accompanying the Rebel Army, just outside their hideout right now. Use this opportunity to regroup, see if we can acquire the parts we need to repair the border. Also see if we can replenish our food stores, assuming that's possible anyways. A hidden stronghold, huh? I'm not super familiar with fortress engineering, but I have to say, they seem to have done a good job with this one. Surrounded by cliffs, making it impossible to invade from the flank or rear, and the gates are equipped with ballistas to handle frontal assaults. Mash a big coat! They even got a barricade to place. They can defend against the Upper Connie cavalry. There's no way any enemies could take this place down without significant casualties. Guess they don't call themselves the Rebel Army for nothing. Open the gates now!
Oh, it's the horse! The horse is back! Open the gates!
Welcome back, boss.
Oh, this is just me, and there are more of you now. Yes, there are. I'll explain about them later. That smug look on Da Vinci was adorable. Lolly Vinci is just adorable in general. Also, Ghastly, I'm sure you're enjoying this view. We brought back plenty of meat, enough for everyone to eat their fill. Hooray! We've got meat! Thank you, boss! Once you've eaten up, assemble the commanders for a meeting. I'm sorry, Master and Company, but I'm afraid I must ask for you to wait in the corner until then. Actually, we could really use some food, too. Are you sure humans can eat demonic beast meat? Those who must have highly skilled cook. Atlanta giving everyone their meat. Very well, it would be a shame to let the excess go to waste. I have 3 kilograms set aside for you. Thank you so much. It's great, Senpai. I will be happy to hear we have food. I would rather not draw too much attention if I could help it. So I would be happy to wait in the corner. Happy to wait around for a while too. Me too. Okay, Master. Why don't we go take a little break?
暑い盛りですけど、もう少ししたら過ごしやすい秋になりますね。ふと今日
Let's see.
やあ、いらっ
As
しゃいだ
being
ね
a
マ
furry
スター
village,
君。
forgetting your
地道に
fursuit's
コツコツ
awkward.
ね。
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till
そろそろクエ
we
スト
got more. Looks like the Yaga haven't had a chance to eat their fill like this for some time. Glad they were willing to share some of this meat with us too. Followed Director Gordos' advice on how to remove the toxins. Hopefully it turned out okay. How is it, Master? It's a little gamey. True, it does have a rather strong smell. It's because all we did was fillet it and use a little salt. Still, it's first fresh food we've had since we came to this world. Can't let it go to waste. Ah, you guys are picky, aren't ya? Me, I don't care what I eat as long as it fills me up. What is it, kid? Who's that hairless Yaga? You mean me? Uh-huh. Are you a ghost? Doesn't it hurt your face not having fur on it? It's true, I'm a ghost. Come on, kid, get out of here. I say, though, I was expecting the rebel army to be more army-ish. Between all the kids and old folks here, it seems more like a refugee camp than anything. Right you are, Paxi. So far as I can tell, only 60% of the Yaga are fit for combat at most. The most we could hope for from the remaining is backup, and even that is, at best, a faint hope. There you are, Tamasu. I see the applicant is here too. Let us be perfectly clear about one thing. Yes, our goals align and that we both desire to overthrow Ivan the Terrible. That does not mean that we are be taking orders from you. Don't worry, I wouldn't expect you to either. For one thing, we cannot hope to take out the upper crowd with our respective abilities getting in each other's way. To fight them is to fight a force of nature. However, you are genuinely powerful, so I would hate to lose that power for our side. So to start, I would like to see how you do as a reserve corps, as well as determining your utility. In particular, I have missions which I have been putting off for a long time that require a small elite team. So far, I've been going out on my own and managing the best I can. I am also this army's leader. I don't fear death, but I can't have the entire army shutting down while they wait for me to return. You undertake these missions in my stead.
Pardon me, Miss Atlanta. My apologies for interrupting you, and remotely at that. I believe we have heard about us from Miss Tamasu and Miss Curelight, but please, let me introduce ourselves properly. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a servant, just like you, and this is...
Hi there, I'm Leonardo da Vinci. I have many reasons for my spirit origin being low in power mode, but we'll just skip all that for now if you don't mind. Atlanta, I'm a servant from proper human history, just like you. Also, I'm a genius, so don't be afraid to ask for help if you've got tricky problems. That said, there's still a lot we don't know, since we only just came to this world. Do you mind if I ask you a question? A child hero. Are you altered too? Well, no matter, it would be wrong to refuse. He's always very modest. Yes, the most modest. She hardly mentioned she's a genius to anyone. You're wrong to refuse a request from a child. What is it you wish to know? What can you tell us about that huge tree? From what you've been told, it sounds like it's a fairly recent development. You wouldn't happen to know what it is, would you? You mean the tree so large it appears to support the entire world? There's a tree like that in my own mythology, but... No, doubt that tree and this one have anything to do with one another. Sorry to say, I don't know what it is either. However, I spy in Yaga Moscow to tell me one thing.
Oh, what is that?
It's supposed to be wrong to withhold this until you have completed the end deal I wish to make. Doing so would only raise your hopes to an unreasonable degree. All we have for it is a name. A name? Yes, it's called Tree of Emptiness. It's all the human-looking court mages was muttering it to himself during a walk around the city. Apparently, he said, the Tree of Emptiness still hasn't taken root.
The Tree of Emptiness, huh? Shrouds itself with clouds and little leaves. A cloud tree, if you will. For the time being, I will see what I can find out about this Tree of Emptiness from our database. I doubt my search will prove fruitful, though.
Do whatever you wish. Now, what about you? Will you undertake this mission for me?
You bet.
Thank you. Paxi, you'll go with them, as they are still unfamiliar with this land. Since you are a hunter, I trust you know how to use a gun.
Does that mean you're gonna let me join?
If that's what you want.
Well, I do have my own personal grudge against the Abakani.
A grudge, huh? That alone will not see to the end of this battle. Must make a choice. I'll do it with all your conviction. Otherwise, this Russian blizzard will swallow you up in an instant.
I know that.
Then here's your first mission. On your journey to the nearby village. Pass out our manifesto.
We're going out passing out brochures, guys.
Manifesto? We want other Yaga to know that the rebel army exists. Our goal is to overthrow Ivan the Terrible, wipe out the Opakani.
Propaganda.
Give me a moment. Alright, I'm back. I got food now. Got twice baked potato, piece of bread, and some cauliflower soup.
Got any idea how risky that is? What are you gonna do if those Yagas squeal on us?
Should that happen, I want you to handle it however you feel is necessary.
Not to mention the comprehensive, or the, oh yeah, not the most comprehensive of plans, huh?
Still, we will need assistance from other villages if we are to campaign in such a vast land.
Now we'd like to make a request of our own, and think you can help us procure these.
I can get the demonic beast fangs and golem cores now. Here's what we have from what we killed earlier. You may have them now as an advance for this mission.
What about the rest?
Who do you think we are? We're the rebel army. Never had enough supplies to go around. Can only give you the fangs and cores because we have little need for them. As for the rest, well, there are cities that have sworn total allegiance to Ivan the Terrible. I'd like to capture a number of them at some point. You can help me do that. Consider helping you find the rest. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Let's go with that.
I'm the one called the shots around here, thank you.
No, fuck you. Dude, shut up. You haven't had your full learning arc yet. Shut the fuck up.
Everything going through me first. You not make decisions for yourself in the field, understood?
Holmes, smack him. Thank you. Well, what is your answer?
I suppose it's acceptable. Say that it's done, Tamasu.
All that fuss for nothing. I know, right? Good. Now I've marked the villages I want you to go to on this map. Make sure you visit all of them. Don't like that guy. Can we drop kick him? Yeah. It gets better. But until then, we drop kick him. Make sure you visit all of them.
We'll check into the shortest routes to each of them from here.
Thank you, Holmes.
Good. We finally found our footing. Now we can start moving forward. You think you can stop by the shuttle border first? We would like you to bring back the food you just acquired. I'm also told there's something else that needs to be done before we can begin the repairs.
Come on, Master, let's get going.
How is it moving so fast?
I optimized the golems for speed. I certainly hope they can move at least this fast. So this is what real magecraft's like, huh? Damn it, I should have been a mage myself. I'm afraid it's not that simple, Paxi. Avabron is one of the most famous Kabbalists in history. It'd take at least 10 generations for an ordinary mage to reach this level of magecraft. Thank you, Mash, but all I did was attempt many different casting experiments to find what I was looking for. What were you looking for? I mean, considering his time, the Philosopher's Stone. My final goal was to create a golem to be known as the Primordial Man. Ah. A golem that could guide my people in the time of suffering, help them build a new Eden. Regrettably, I did not live long enough to see that wish fulfilled. Still, I'm glad the knowledge I gained along the way is serving to protect humanity now. Okay, we're coming up on a village. Better get off these things or they might spark a riot. A good point. Very well. I'll disable them for now. It just turns them to dust while we're still on them. Ah! Overrun, you idiot! Right, I've forgotten inertia was a thing. Oh, the rare Lancer time. I mean, we're still going with Aberron, but... Damn, we gotta use Lancers. That's a rarity in this series. I think the most time I've gotten the use out of Lancers was during events. I mean, how many of them don't die? Damn. Brutal. I mean, the enemy will have plenty of lancers, but not a lot of archers. So that's what makes the imbalance. And what happens to all those lancers? We kick their ass with some sabers. So, you know, the usual. The more things change, the more they stay the same. My point has been made. Maybe Grand Lancer's real skill will be having a luck stat that's above E. The first village on our list. Get your hoods on, follow me, just like we discussed. Understood. I'm counting on you, Paxi. And I don't know how this manifesto goes over. We might need to make a hasty escape. Get your propaganda here! Oh, who goes there? Oh, we're the army who will bring the tyrannical Ivan IV to justice. We're here to deliver a manifesto to you from our leader. We ask that you read it and give us your response to it. It's call to action. You're with the rebel army? Okay, come on in. That was easy. I'm actually kind of worried now. Everything seems to be alright, at least for now. Let's see what they have to say. There are some lancers that have E plus or D. So maybe they'll have a luck stat of B. Wouldn't that be novel? What makes him truly Grand Lancer? That's why you're hoping to help us out with any food and medical supplies you can spare.
Maybe it's because he's grown old, or because someone talked him in.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah.
Into it all. Because there's something strange going on in Russia right now. But all I know for sure is that the Tsar hasn't said one thing for the past 3 months. The upper corner get cracked down on us harder than ever. The only reason this village escaped the wrath is because we're located far from the closest highway. Because of how poor we are.
Grand their luck stat Z. Damn. Negative Z. Or just Z. Who knows? Too low to calculate.
All that said, young ones, the Tsar's still the Tsar. We Yoga must never forget what he's done for Russia, for us. If they hadn't come up with the way to command this demonic beast, Dynasty Yoga would have died out long ago. All by his grace, we're all alive though. Not all into the rebel army.
I see, then I guess we're done here. Come on, Tiramisu.
Let me finish. That said, the upper corner has been out of control. Not all the yoga, nor all the human. The Tsar refused to keep them in check. We have no choice to defend ourselves. The question is, are you strong enough to take them all? That's what I'd like you to show me.
You heard the man. Beat up this geezer!
How can we do that?
Oh, that's easy. We have a number of strong Yaga here in our village, with some domesticated demonic beast. What do you say to a battle against them? Not to the death, or what anything else goes?
Doesn't seem like we have much of a choice.
We accept your challenge.
Very well, then please step outside.
I can't say I care to demonstrate my strength in this way. But I suppose we have no other choice. Very well then, let's give them a good show. I don't get it. Why must everything in this world be decided by strength alone? Ash? I'm sorry. It's nothing. Okay, Master, please go ahead and give Aberon your orders. Alright. I'm probably taking out of the first wave here. Boom, 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 boom. I find it funny that they tamed a crab more than they tamed a boar. A double dose of Rongomediad usually helps with these. Golems still has 20%. What's up with you? Oh, you restore some of your own MP gauge. That's cool. When in doubt, Mommy Artoria. And of course, the most mommy of the Artorias. Wow, only one of them attacked. What a bitch. Let's see. Pank and spank. That's the power of a 2-star servant, motherfuckers. Come on, don't you have anything more for me? Garrett seems familiar. I mean, she's one of the friend point gotcha servants. Convincing animation on the way they use that sprite there. That should do it. As you see, they're still very much alive. I mean, you really didn't kill a single one, are you a servant? Well, yes, I am. I see. Well, you've heard of servants before. I say you're monsters from another world. You're terribly powerful, despite looking like humans. I've even heard that some servants possess powers great enough to rival the stars. Are you one of them? No, nothing in particularly special about me. I'm just a simple scholar, golem keeper, perfectly ordinary human as you might find anywhere in the world. On behalf of our village, I propose to offer our full support to the rebel army. Though I'm afraid we can only spare a little in the way of food and medical supplies. That's okay, and a little bit goes a long way. By the way, trust you'll be fulfilling your manifestos in Night River Village as well. Let me write you a letter of recommendation. Should help things go more smoothly when you visit them. Thank you so much. Although, I'm afraid we lost contact with the other two villages recently. I have been overrun by bandits or demonic beast. Or the Apricani. They have. Could ask you to give them proper burial. Alright. Please store any food or medicine you can spare in this carrier golem, if you don't mind. Now then, let's head to the next village.
ますます暑くなってきましたね。先輩もお体には気をつけ。
Anyways, I think I'll bring things to a close with that. Well, it's been going on 3 hours now. I gotta finish my dinner here. So, I'd like to wish y'all a fond farewell. And thank you for stopping by. If you like this, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because it really helps me out. So, until next time, fare thee well. As always, as always.